I remember when I was at the beach with me and my friends, out of nowhere, I ended up hearing a voice I recognized right behind me. And this voice said, "Baba, it's actually you." At that moment, I turned around and I realized it was my e-kitten that found me in real life. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome back to another crazy but really embarrassing story. Now, today's story all takes place back when I was in high school, and this was my grade 9 year. Now, in grade 9, one of the only things I was really good at was playing video games. But I remember this one specific time, I remember I was on my PC, and I was just playing games with the boys, until one of the boys ended up saying, "Yo, you guys, do you guys want to play Overwatch?" At that moment, me and the guys weren't really sure because we're so used to playing Call of Duty. But at the same time, we were always down to play another game, and also on top of that, it was just another FPS game, so how bad could it be? I remember we all ended up playing the game, and at first we started to really hate it, but then over time we kind of got addicted to it, and we started playing it a lot. I remember back, especially when I was playing the game, one of my favorite characters was Reaper, because, well, he's literally the Grim Reaper. Like, I know I say Devil's Tango a lot, but also, like, the Grim Reaper, like, wouldn't that make me the Grim Reaper if I was, you know, also doing the Devil's Tango? You know what? Bad joke. Never mind. Going on, though, I remember I would always play Reaper, and we would always get into these games, but then as we were a full squad of 5, my friend after one game ends up saying, "Oh, you guys, I gotta go off for the night. Talk to you guys later." And he leaves the Discord call. Now, right as he left, obviously, I thought the rest of the guys were gonna get off, but all of us ended up getting super addicted to the game to the point where we didn't. And I think we all had that feeling where we were playing a game and we kind of got addicted to it. So from that point on, I remember we ended up playing for another 2 hours, but then there was one specific game where things got a little wild. Because I remember when we went into matchmaking with the 4 of us, out of nowhere, we ended up getting a random teammate from another part of the world, I guess. And at that moment, I remember when we got into the game, we ended up hearing a girl's voice saying, "Oh, if you guys want, I can mercy main for you guys." And all I hear is my friend saying, "Guys, we have a girl on our team. There's a girl on our team. Guys, there's literally a girl on our team." I remember I told everyone to calm down. Like, it's just a chick playing video games. It's nothing new in this day and age. But they all started to freak out. And that's when I said, "Okay, well, I mean, like, should we go into game chat?" So that's when we all switched over and we started talking to this girl. And no joke, for some reason, right as she heard my voice saying, "Okay, so if you don't mind, can you just like pocket carry me? I play as Reaper, so like I'm gonna need you like to basically pocket mercy me if you don't mind." She ended up saying, "Oh, I mean, yeah, I could do that for you." As if she liked it that I asked her to help me out in the video game that was about teamwork. I don't really know, to be honest, but it was whatever. Going on with the story, I remember we ended up playing that game really well. I ended up getting a lot of kills and she was healing me the entire time. And that's when I told the guys, "Yo, do you think we should maybe like keep her for our next game? Because like she's actually pretty good at healing." And all the guys were like, "Bro, like she's only healing you. She's not healing any of us. Like there's no point of playing with her. Yeah, if she just, you know, ends up pocketing you the whole time, we could probably win every game." And basically kind of got annoyed that she wasn't healing the entire team, but just me. But I didn't care. I wanted to play more games with her, so I ended up inviting her to our call and we all started playing together. And one thing that was very noticeable that I didn't notice at the time was that every time we would like play a game and I wanted to do something but the other guys didn't, she would always have my back. She was basically like a yes man for me, which was really weird because, well, I don't know, it was super random because we just met this girl online. I remember a couple games went by and no joke, none of my friends were happy to play with this girl. None of them wanted to actually play with her anymore, to the point where one of them ended up telling me, "Yo, Bubba, we're gonna go back on Call of Duty. You're gonna hop on with us?" And this girl ended up saying, "Oh no, he wants to play with me. Bubba, we can just duo. Don't worry about it." So I decided to duo with this girl, and all my friends ended up leaving the party to go play Call of Duty. Now, me and this girl, we were playing almost all night. We were doing super well in almost every game, and she was like the perfect pocket mercy. Until after a couple of games, I remember I ended up wanting to go back to play Call of Duty with my friends as well, and that's when this girl ends up saying, "Wait, what, Bubba? You're gonna leave me? Seriously? You're gonna actually let go of your e-kitten?" At that moment, when she said the word e-kitten, I was so confused because that was the first time I ever heard her say that. And that's when I told her, "Wait, what do you mean e-kitten? What does that even mean?" And that's when this girl decided to meow on the microphone. And she went saying things like, "Oh, well, you get me so many wins," and like meow, and like I really like all the wins. At that moment, I started to cringe out so hard. Like Like, even me just saying that for this story time made me cringe. But no joke, I remember when she said that, I was like, okay, you know what? I don't mind playing more games with you, but please don't ever meow in the microphone again. And then she says, okay, I won't meow in the microphone again if you add me on Snapchat. At that moment, I was really confused on why she wanted my Snapchat, but I ended up giving it to her anyway. And when she added me, no joke, things got a lot weirder, because right as I ended up leaving the call after adding her, she would message me and Snapchat me over and over and over and over again, to the point where it was getting super annoying. It even got to the point where I actually egoed her for an entire 24 hours. But then there was this one specific day where things got freaky, because I remember it's been over like 24 hours where I didn't speak to this girl whatsoever. And I ended up getting a message from my buddy saying, yo bro, instead of playing video games today, we're all gonna go to the beach. Do you want to come? Yeah, 100% I'm down, is what I responded with. And I remember I ended up getting all my things ready to go to the beach. When I got my car packed up, I started driving over there, and I ended up posting in my story, like, you know, a little flex of me driving my car to the beach, because, well, any opportunity I get to flex on my Snapchat story or Instagram story, I ended up doing it. So right as I ended up showing off a bit, I ended up heading to the beach with my friends, and we ended up playing volleyball and just hung out by the water. We all basically really had a good time, until out of nowhere, one of my friends ends up looking at me saying, yo Bubba, that girl over there keeps staring at you. Oh really? Huh. I mean, should I go talk to her? Nah, she's staring at you pretty creepy. I wouldn't talk to her if I were you. Okay, whatever, I won't talk to her then. And we ended up just continuing playing around and hanging out with the boys. But then right as me and the guys were playing volleyball, I ended up going to hit the ball, but the ball ended up missing and I missed it. And right as I walked towards where the ball ended up going, I picked up the ball, and right at that moment, I ended up hearing a voice behind me. And this voice ended up saying, Bubba, is that you? At that moment, I recognized that voice super quickly, and I'm like, no way. And I turned my head around, and that's when I realized it was literally the e-kitten that I played games with that found me in real life. I remember I looked at her and said, hey, like, what's going on? I didn't know you're from around here. Oh, well, I'm actually not. I came for a vacation. Oh, okay. That's cool, I guess, is what I told her. And then she ends up telling me the most weirdest thing possible, where she says, so, these are all the guys we were playing with? Because at that moment, all the guys started heading towards us and looked at us saying, yo, Bubba, who's the girl? Guys, this is the girl we played Overwatch with the other day. I remember all of them had their jaw dropped, and they were in shock that this girl ended up finding us in real life, to the point where one of my friends say, bro, that's actually kind of creepy. Oh, no, it's not creepy. I just ended up, you know, just seeing you guys, and I saw on Bubba's Snapchat story that you guys were all here, so I thought, why not come hang out? If we can do it online, I don't see why we can't do it in person. I remember we all started to look at each other in absolute confusion. Like, there was no possible way that this girl found us in real life just by looking at my Snapchat story. And at that moment, I looked at her and said, wait, so where are your parents? My parents? Why would I need my parents here? Well, I don't know, like, did you travel, like, without them? Bubba, you do realize I'm 27. At that moment, we all looked at each other and we're like, yo, we just turned 15. I remember her face was so in shock as well. And she's like, maybe it's best if we don't talk then. And she walked away in absolute anger. At that moment, me and all the guys started laughing and stuff, and they thought I lied about my age to her when I really didn't. But this just goes to show that if you meet up with people online, make sure you know exactly who they are instead of just showing up, because things could get really awkward. And if you guys have ever met a girl online and then ended up somehow meeting them in person, then follow for more embarrassing stories just like this one. Peace out, guys.